Hello and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. Okay, it is late summer, 5:54. Yes, it's been a while since I've done an episode. Okay, so we are at the maximum for citizens, 120. Had a couple migration waves come in. Um, Cut down a lot on the pets. See, I'm trying to remember because I did actually shoot an episode and I ended up tossing the footage out because I ran with a little too much about some of the updates and stuff. So I just felt like I felt like doing an update episode because I have been playing a little bit, but not as much as I should. Because if you remember at the last episode, I was getting sick, so I took some time off from playing, so um, to recover. And I'm not really fully recovered, really, to be honest with you. But I never really got fully sick either. I was sort of like half sick. A lot of it had to do with my throat, though, so it would have made recording episodes a little bit troublesome. So at any rate, I think really just this episode is going to be probably an update on what's going on. I'm going to let it run while I'm doing that and just show you what I've been doing. Not a whole lot is being done on too many levels because it's just a lot of work to do. And even with a lot of people, even though we have a lot of people now, it's just taking a long time to get it done. It's not a very efficient fort. That's what I'm saying. Because we have like a area I dug out below for a level where we're going to be doing all of our work on basically all of our workshops and import stockpiles are going to be there. So I moved all those shops below. So I'm trying to remember exactly how much I showed in the last episode of what I was doing because I just don't remember how far I went to explain. Now, at the end of the last episode, sort of, we kind of had our situation finally handled with the were anteaters, and we contained the virus basically, and we have no more infected people, and several years have gone by, so we're good there. And I will go down and show that. I do have a lot of wood being cut outside and being brought in, and some more below. That's why you see a lot of green here because they're throwing up because we got cave adaptation. We have had a couple of sieges and stuff, so I'm sort of hoping to get all this done. And it looks like we got most of it done out here. I actually don't see any more trees that need to be cut or logs that need to be brought below. So pretty soon I'm going to probably lock things off. The only problem being we have a lot of scholars and stuff in our fort. Not really sure where that guy, why he came up here. He just went over here for no reason. Uh, okay, I'm not really sure why some of you guys are going out there, but all right. So let's go below. Um, Still haven't pierced the cavern layers yet. Strangely, I've been going down pretty far, and either we just haven't missed them, or this is a very strange world, and it's a little bit further below than normal. I don't know why, but because I had wanted to make this into a grazing area for our animals, but for our outside animals, since this is a soil level. We do have our butcher stockpiles here. I separated some of the dogs into a separate stockpile because we had too many in a small enclosed area, and then some of the dogs are fighting each other. And I purged a heck of a lot of our chickens, or not chickens, I should say our turkey hens and turkey gobblers. So I guess if I really want to rely upon an egg-based industry, I'll probably grow another batch of them. But right now, I really don't need to. So I'm gonna let them just kind of just lay eggs as they are, and we're training the dogs as they go. And just we've had a lot of puppies. So um, I almost might have to start purging them. I like the idea of having a lot of trained war dogs, but I haven't actually assigned any of them yet to important people. So I brought this gem stockpile below, which was here, and the block stockpile is now below the stone block stockpile. Interesting. We have a Baron consort visiting. Oh, and autumn is hit. Okay, so autumn is hit. Okay, let's go below here. Oh yeah, so I moved the stone stockpile, the stone block stockpile below, and eventually, really soon, I'm hoping to move the other two stockpiles that are from the bar block, the metal bars and the basically the other stuff bar blocks that are basically it's all charcoal, so that's going below. Now, this level here, our arena, which we haven't even set up yet, but I did buy. We've had several trade sessions, so I've bought some more metal cages and I can make more if I really want to, but I really don't want to go too crazy with the metal cage thing, the cages like I usually do. So our training areas, filling out, buying a lot of backpacks, quivers, water skins, things of that nature. So that's, and I do have one full-time squad. It was the squad that we were using for fighting those things, the were anteaters, the merged canyons. I want to change their names to like how I have some of the other names to militia. And I'm not even sure some of them I even have named as captains because they were higher level when I first started assigning them. But I may, I don't have a uniform made for that squad, so I may dissolve the squad at some point. And I did set up a schedule for their training, so they are here training. If they got individual combat drills, watching fighting demonstrations, organized striking. So there, that's the full-time squad that I was talking about. I may even have a second full-time squad. I don't know yet, but definitely one. And then the rest of them, like we said earlier in our the episode where we're kind of just going over what we're going to do in this fort, episode 1 and some into episode 2, I'm going to have everyone else eventually on a rotating schedule where 1 month a year they will be a part of the military. So that's coming in the future. I'm not going to do that right now. One of the, let's see here. So I got everyone buried, and that took a long time. Some of the people that didn't have estates yet were buried in this area. So you will see them. I did make a slab for everyone. So you'll see like the coffin and some of the body parts and stuff that are in them. So I mean, I named everyone. I did manage to name everyone, but some of them just weren't, didn't get estates yet. So plus we also had some people die from the outside from the dragon attack that came prior to that. And then all these are all were anteaters right here. And some other random deaths that happened. I forgot. But I got to clear this area. This is going to be kind of, this room will be kind of the statue and slab room for some of those attacks, those special attacks that we have that have happened or whatever. So, and the prison areas, I have not set that up yet, nor the captain of the guard. So I'm just having my engravers kind of smooth all the estates I have currently because they really got nothing to do. So I'm probably gonna, I don't know what yet, if I'm even gonna stick to my original idea anymore about people engraving their individual bedrooms, at least until later on. So for now, the engravers, our full-time engravers, are just basically going around smoothing things, and I have a few of them because some of them were high level. So I have a small little unit of that doing the smoothing around the place. So this level's larger estates, and I still have people from big families that haven't even been assigned to their family estates yet from some of these immigration waves. All right, the temples right here. I've set up like a third one, and I've been naming them. And this one's for Moldath, but unfortunately, I made a statue, and it didn't actually. I should unpause it here. It didn't actually make the statue of that person, even though I specifically filtered it out and hit that for the name of it. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Maybe I didn't hit the right button when I was exiting out of the details screen. That's a little confusing for me. So I may have to like double check and see how I did that or if I did it wrong. Anyway, we have an estate here. Some people have been buried there already. We've had a lot of visitors to our library, a lot. As you see here, this is the library. A lot of these people are human visitors. I think this is a goblin diplomat from the human empire, which we just recently traded with in the summer. And yeah, I think it's people aren't using our main dining hall very much, which I find a little strange. So I don't know what's about. I went into some of the people's things, and some of them are saying like they don't have proper dining facilities. So I'm not sure why they're not using it. It's set up as a zone. No way, they're not set up as a zone. It is set up as a dining room hall. The dining hall though. I forgot which one it was here. Yeah, here. So it is set up as a dining hall. Now why they're not using it, I don't know. So that's a bit of a mystery to me. And our were anteaters. Now if you remember, this was the hospital, the original hospital. Then that hospital where I had everyone closed off in. I basically moved the hospital zone over to these areas in case we ever had something like this again. And put the traction bench and a table in each room for operations and things like that. So finally people are out of it. I had people in here for a very long time. And I don't know, we still have a lot of people that are injured that never really healed properly. But at any rate, the two were angels we had, I let them out. They were in a squad. I assigned them to this room. They came here, and I blocked them in. And what always happens when you have two were anteaters in the same area, one will convert back to a dwarf at just a slight millisecond quicker than the other, and what happens is that dwarf gets killed. So I know normally that it even says it in the wiki that they won't fight each other. In this case, they do when they change back. So there were two in here. Now there's one. So go figure. He's just going to sit in here for all eternity. So I really don't care. He's just going to have to die. Maybe I'll find some interesting way to do away with him later on. But yeah, we have a lot of food. I traded for a lot of food. We're actually out of barrels. Some are being brought up here because they're being worked on full time, but they're actually being used up quicker than we can make them because how inefficient the area is. I'm doing lavish meals now, and I probably could go back to this here, get this still going once more, but they're going to run through them real quick. So we got a lot of food and drink in this fort. I may even trade some of that off at some point. Down one more level, more estates. Most of them are all set up. A lot of clothing, probably from people that died, just scattered around. I don't know why they just don't put them in a stockpile to be sold, but a lot of the broken clothing was in the stockpile I sold off to the human traders, another level, which I assigned people and tombs to and all that already. Now this is the level I was talking about. The level in which basically we're digging out the entire level, and it's going to be our work level. And they're dumping all this stone. I was going section by section here, and I'm still sort of transferring things over to different sections, but this one here is going to be the stone stuff. So 2 mason shops, 2 stone, well, craft dwarf workshops, the gem cutter here also, and like that, basically that emergency mechanics shop. And I did forget something here. I got to assign those barrels again, and even the bins probably too, to this carpenter shop because I just moved them over. And I gotta destroy this carpenter shop. Yeah, he's gonna go. He's gonna yeah, that's why. See now things. I didn't actually have him going. That was too bad. Anyway, what is this one? Yeah, so 2 carpenter shops, a bowyer, and then the wood burners. And so the wood from above will be brought down here. The clothing and leather industries, that's these. I'm gonna move them probably to this one here, and then the metal. Basically the metalworking industry will be mixed around. I don't know which ones yet. I may have that in this one, where the wood is. Because since we have the wood burners there. Okay, so what is this? Oh. The dwarves are here for trade. I actually really don't need anything now. I feel bad about not trading with my guys, though. I really do. But I'm not gonna trade with them. I got plenty of food. I got rope, I got anvils, the things that I really don't make, I have. I even like turned one of my guys off from doing the crafts and things. So he was doing rings, and I had both going, but I guess I can get another one going. I really don't care. Just regular toys and repeat. I'm not gonna do the details on it right now. I don't know. So I think I'm going to ignore the trade session this time around. So every once in a while you get this little message down here, transformed into a were anteater. So now below, I dug down several more levels, and I'm kind of doing just the top quarter here. Now this on this first level down, I'm doing smaller estates. I did assign these, and I'm starting to put the burial receptacles, basically the coffins, in the estates as I'm going along now, and assigning them as I go along. So it will maybe, hopefully in the future, cut down a little bit on some of that. But I haven't done too many estates. So as you can see here, and I've gone down, let's see, another one, two, three, well, several more levels from that level. And they're still digging this one out. But they just haven't really reached, we haven't pierced the cavern layer yet. And this is quite far down. I've never been this far down without piercing into that. So, I'm not really sure what that's all about. But I'm going to start assigning individual dwarfs to these smaller rooms. And I'm going to make more hallways in this particular quarter here, like this. So basically this will be one dining room, a bedroom, and a burial area. This will be for people that are basically aren't married and they're single. And I'm going to bank that all for this particular quarter here. So the miners got a lot to do too, because they got to dig out more of these levels, and they got to dig out this quarter. And our haulers basically they got almost an infinite amount of work hauling all this stone out. And I'm hauling it all over here since the mason shops are here. At least this square right here is where everything's going to be. So, I mean, that is really it. As far as what I've done so far, the plans obviously is just to move all these industries and have all the work, the stockpiles below here in the proper place that's efficient. So here's that stone stockpile. So once I do hit the cavern layers, I wanted this to be close enough to the stairway. Okay, so he's finally talking. Let's see here. So I guess I could assign somebody as our Baron. I wish I couldn't like defer this and not do it right now. Well, because this would be the second Baron. That's gonna be problematic. Well, you know what? We're gonna assign our appraiser, Magnus Raku, as basically our Baron for our place. So we have. Alright, see, I don't care about that stuff anymore. Just get this over with here. Alright, blah blah blah. Fortunes, no? Yes, no. Yes, okay, finally get it all out of the way. You know, strangely, the human liaison that came in a few months ago actually had news. Our dwarven liaison has had zero news these past, what is it, the first 4 or 5 years we've done here? I guess we've been here, it'll be 5 years starting the beginning of the next year, right? I don't know, well, something like that. Okay, so I almost dug out here. So, alright, what I was trying to say, before Mr. Liaison got me all flustered here, is, the show is not going to be as frequent as I had hoped when things are going smoothly. Like right now, nothing's going on in the fort. And other than just busy work, there's not a lot of point in actually having this as when I'm going through periods of time in this fort like this, to actually have an episode out every day. I know the first couple, well, let's see here. This is episode 14-ish or something, somewhere around there. Those first 14 episodes were the start of the 4 and a lot of drama. But now that we're kind of like nothing's going on, the upload schedule for the show will be a little more, a little more open. Meaning you're not going to get as many episodes. Until things happen, when things pick up, I'll shoot many episodes during the drama, whatever drama comes along for us, and then I'll be uploading a little more. So it's going to be infrequent. Like at times you might not, you might go several days and you're not going to get an episode, and that's sort of the way I think the fort will progress for now. When we get to interesting things that happened, and the schedule will be more stuff going on, more uploads. So hopefully more interesting things will happen. But I kind of, I personally need a little bit of a break because that was stressing, the whole were anteater thing and the dragon thing, and then the sieges before and after that, and then going through the whole rigmarole of burying people. Oh yeah, that was quite, that was quite stressing. And we're getting a lot of dogs being, I gotta assign these to ward training. We had a lot of puppies, a lot. I don't know how many more of these are gonna become dogs soon, but reindeer cow. Let's just butcher you. I can't do any indoor. I can't. Until I find that cavern lair. So, yeah. So I mean, I guess that's really about it for the episode. It's really just an update of what's happened since all the drama last time, and just to basically tell you about how upload schedule is going to be for this show. For those of you watching this years after the fact or months after this playlist is finished or whatever, it's not relevant what I'm saying right now, but I think you could figure that out. But for those of you watching this as we're uploading and as we're playing, it's I just wanted you to know. And you know what? I mismeasured this slightly. Look at that. 4, 4, 3. Stupid me. That's gonna bug me. Yeah, see how I didn't have it as... Alright. I hate that. And our frame rate's tanking. If you haven't noticed that this episode. 38. It was bouncing around in 40s earlier. Sometimes it matters where you're kind of focused over, but... So things are slowing down in the fort because of that too, just because the frame rate is slowing down. So we're at 1/3 of what we were at when we started this series. So yeah, things I think over time will improve with that. Once I'm done digging everything out and hauling everything to stockpiles, and we'll see how that works out. But if it tanks too much, like literally, like if it gets down to the point where we're at like 10 or 15 frames a second, it's going to become unplayable. So I want to let you guys know that if it reaches that point, I will have no choice but to end this Let's Play. Not that I want to. The original intention was kind of a mega project and just lots going on and doing lots of things, but until they get to some sort of a phase in the development of Dwarf Fortress where they're actually going to allow us to utilize the system resources on some of these supercomputers that we all have, it's just going to become, this frame rate thing's going to become somewhat problematic. So there's not much we can do about it till Toady gets to that point where he can do some optimization work and stuff on that. Who knows when that'll be. Yeah, so I guess that is really about it. Autumn of, what is it? 554. When I come back, could be a year or two later in the fort. Could be not long. I don't know. But if important events pop up, I will try and just make a note of it and record it so I don't forget to tell you guys when we're kind of coming in for an update. But maybe within a year or two of the fort, I'll come back and just give another update like I'm doing this episode. That could be two, because we're going to have to deal with another Baron here pretty soon. And we still don't even have the other Baron really fully, yeah, not fully decked out, so they're not too happy. And they're making demands for catapult parts, which I don't do and I will never do. So make slabs. I could do that. The mayor wants that. Because we could always use slabs. Because we did have a lot of people die. Oh, we're getting cluttered already? Okay. Tell you what, we're going to take that off a repeat. And we'll just do a row of slabs, and hopefully that'll at least satisfy the mayor. And I guess that's it. All right, so I will see you guys next time. Adios.